We are Group 20, the FUNraisers, and this is our final project for small group communication.
A little bit about what our group had planned for this class. Well, we wanted to raise $800 for the Boys and Girls Club, and with this $800, we were gonna take it, go buy pizza, and plan a pizza event for the Boys and Girls Club. Well, once we got a little bit into the semester, we decided we wanted to change that up a little bit. Instead of just taking the money we raised, the $800, and going and buying pizza, we figured we'll just ask Avanti's and Insomnia Cookie for the donations directly. So we went ahead and did this, and both places agreed that they'd be more than willing to help us out with these donations. So instead of throwing a pizza party, we decided that we'd take these donations and we would go to one of their already planned events and surprise them with that there. And this turned out very good, and the kids loved it.
Overall, our group, FUNraisers, was a crew of laid-back, easygoing individuals. But like any other group, we experienced a couple of difficulties along the way. One external difficulty included getting a hold of the Boys and Girls Club to plan out a date to put our donations towards. However, we overcame this difficulty because our liaison Delaney did an excellent job of repeatedly reaching out to Jenny. She did this mainly through email. Internally, I think our biggest issue would have to be the communication of what donations we all had gathered. We solved this issue at our last group meeting by going around in a circle, sharing what donations we had gathered, and then compiling the evidence into one spreadsheet and calculating how much we had totaled.
Through our project, we used a few different course concepts in order to effectively reach our end goal. From Chapter 1, we went through the 6 characteristics of defining small group. We had a group size of 8 members, and we worked in our roles individually and interdependently in order to get to an effective outcome. At our first meeting, we all decided that we wanted to not only help the Boys and Girls Club and raise $800, we also all wanted to get an A on the project, so that kind of set the precedent of how we wanted to go about the rest of the project. Our group was very laid back but productive, and we always met at the same place, same time, every Thursday. We communicated with each other through Facebook and through text. The second concept we utilized was steps of effective listening. As I said, for environment, we always met at the same place on the second floor of Milner. For an agenda, we had an agenda and minutes each week, and we're able to keep in touch with that, as well as through assigning tasks at the end of each meeting. And then for understanding, we went through what each group member was responsible for during each meeting, and if there was any confusion, we were able to use the Facebook or the text message group to clarify and remind each other of things that we had due. Both of these concepts were laid out during our beginning meetings that took place February 5th, February 10th, and February 19th, where we determined that we all wanted an A and that we knew we had to take certain steps to get to that point. And these were the norming stages of our group, where we got to know each other, and it was just the introductory stage where we just saw what we wanted from the project. The last concept we utilized was the PERT diagram. Now, we had been using these ideas all along, but they were officially put into this PERT diagram on April 2nd during our meeting. And our first step was to brainstorm ideas, and we decided on a pizza party event. We thought about donations, created a cause box, and got information about the Boys and Girls Club. We looked into getting donations, and then we decided that it might be easier to incorporate our pizza party idea into a pre-existing event that they had at the club. So then we began collecting donations and organizing a website. We brought the donations to the Boys and Girls Club and served them pizza and cookies at their event. We then handed in the rest of our donations, and we finalized our project.
Using Tuckin's model for a small group was a great way to describe how we established and grew as a group together in relation to our class content. Our group's forming stage was different from other groups' experiences. During our first meeting, we had established names and already started getting to know each other. However, in our second meeting, we already had to add 2 additional people. We had to restart our forming stage again, learning the new people, what they had expected from the project, and what they were willing to contribute to it. We felt the usual overall politeness and awkwardness typically described in the forming stage like many groups. During the storming stage of our group, we worked through our conflict of what we wanted to do for the project for the Boys and Girls Club of America. All of our members felt organized and confident in their assigned roles, and there was little disagreement on what the overall outcome of the project should be and what we wanted. All group members felt good working with each other and wanted to help out as much as they could. For our group's norming development stage, we began to push forward in our goals, along with creating a natural environment for ourselves, including our natural seating arrangements. Members felt very comfortable around each other, and we had a very positive attitude at all of our future meetings. We even asked for criticism on our big items like how the website was doing or how to word letters for our businesses we were asking. Finally, at our performing stage, we were able to receive all of our business donations promised, and all the delegated tasks to members were completed. We delivered all of the pizza and cookies along with the donations we received to the Boys and Girls Club on Thursday, April 23rd. Everyone had a common goal for the group, and without hesitation, we achieved it with a lot of great teamwork. It felt very rewarding to finally see our hard work and dedication come to life for this. With our goal accomplished, our group was left with the satisfaction of a great job done for the Boys and Girls Club of America. In adjourning our group, we leave behind a lot of the positive moments in the journey that we spent together working on this project.
On Thursday, April 23rd, we visited the Boys and Girls Club around 5 o'clock. When we got there was a cute little girl who would open all the doors for everyone that walked in. Her name was Juliana, and we all had a bubblegum popping contest while we waited for our session to start. Once everything was ready, all the kids went into a room and sat down at a big table. There was a volunteer who would quiet the kids down as they all sat. We brought in 4 pizzas provided by Avanti's, and all the kids loved it. They all had huge smiles on their faces while they went up and got a slice. We sat around with them as they ate their pizzas and just hung out with all of them. The kids were very energetic and seemed to really enjoy being there. Once they ate their pizza, one of the volunteers made them make cards, and then they put on a skit for us. It was cute because they all participated and then got all of us to participate. Once the skit was over, we cut up 2 cookie cakes, and the kids loved it so much, and even went up to get some more. All of the kids really seemed to enjoy our company and were really sad when we left. We all had a great time, and the kids were awesome. For our donations for the event, we had 4 pizzas from Avanti's, which was a total of $52, $45 from Noodles & Company, $20 from Wild Berries, $10 from the Garlic Press, $10 from Emac and Bolio's, $25 from Medici, $132 from Cookie by Design, $100 worth of Dairy Queen gift cards, which gave us a grand total for food of $394. We also had $330 worth of cash donations as well. We are very appreciative to all the people in restaurants who helped with the donations. The volunteers appreciated everything we did and everything we got for them. We left about 2 hours after, and it was a great experience.
During this semester, our group was able to bring in over $500 worth of donated food items for our pizza party that we threw for the Boys and Girls Club. We were able to go to local businesses and promote the Boys and Girls Club, opening the door for future donations. We were also able to throw a successful party for the Boys and Girls 4-H Club, which included pizza, cookies, and lots of donated prizes. One thing that we wish we worked on more was fundraising and bringing in a little bit more cash for the club, but overall we were very happy with the results. When we first started working on our project, we had a lot of decisions to make because we had so many ideas. For the most part, we voted on most things, like when and where we should ask for donations. Overall, there was a lot of cohesiveness on our team because of how much we were able to get done. Everyone collaborated and contributed to our project, making us throw a great party for the Boys and Girls Club.
Group 20 was really satisfied with our project's outcome. We felt like we were able to break up the Boys and Girls Club's day and their routine, and got to hang out with some pretty cool kids with 4-H, and really see how the club works and operates on day to day. We feel like we were a cohesive team. Everyone did have formal roles, but there was a lot of role flexibility, and people were more than willing to fill in and help people when they needed it. One example of this was everyone was taking pictures for the historian on our project day because everyone was kind of hanging out with the kids, and it was hard for one person to be taking all the pictures without really being able to meet up with kids and talk with them, which really was what we were trying to get out of our whole project. Next time, what we could have done differently is we could have gotten donations earlier and hopefully had the pizza and cookies delivered on a different day so we could get the extra credit. But all in all, we were satisfied with how our group turned out.
What I would recommend to another group, if they were to get assigned the same project involving the Boys and Girls Club of America, would be to contact their sponsors and people who are willing to help donate. Contact them earlier in the semester rather than later. This way, it will save your group a lot of time, and it will overall make it easier for your group and yourself. This way, you're not frantically, in the middle of the semester, frantically looking for people to help donate or sponsor the event. What I would like the other group to know is that they need to know they're working with younger kids, and it's going to get crazy at times. It's going to get hectic. I thought our group did very well with the kids. They are younger, so it's going to get crazy at times. We had a group of 7 or 8 people, and I thought we managed it very well. I would just like the other group to know that if they don't like kids, I would not recommend taking the class or assigning this project, but they need to know that they're going to be working with kids and that are young as well.